my singular pleasure to welcome you to this momentous occasion. You would agree with me that we are living in peculiar times, and that is to stay safe. To stay safe has taken a new meaning and significance this season. The coronavirus pandemic has brought us to the fore, and the growing significance of the power of connection that information communication technologies enables. It is therefore precisely the right time to recognize and celebrate everyone doing something to improve the quality of life in this nation through the development, deployment, and advancement of ICTs. This year's program, Titans of Tech, is a double celebration. Nigeria's Diamond Jubilee Independence Celebration and the Titans of Tech Special Hall of Fame celebration as well. Titans of Tech is a flagship industry event that annually celebrates excellence in the ICT space in Nigeria. The Titans of Tech Awards is unique for a lot of reasons. The most important is the sheer breadth and depth of sectors, industries, businesses, and individuals covered every year. Every year, core ICT firms, entertainment, business, academia, fintech, and nominated, recognized, and celebrated. I extend my warm and heartfelt congratulations to all nominees for the Nigeria Assisted Special Hall of Fame Awards. In my book, you are all winners. You are doing something, and so you are also exceptional. You are not sitting on the fence. You are contributing your quota to nation building. You are helping to drive Nigeria's future with innovative thought, leadership, food products, applications, business solutions that you consistently bring to life. It is beyond this field, therefore, that the work that you all do is essential for enhancing our quality of life as a nation and individual members of the Nigerian nation. Everyone talks about Nigeria and its potentials. They have done so for many years. But at Titans of Tech, we realize and recognize that it is people who make the difference. You are all difference makers. This is why we are here today, because of you. Let me say that you are the hope of this great nation. You secure our place in the digital economy. And I want to say thank you for coming. Welcome. Congratulations, and thank you for the gift of your attention. Have a good day for your time.
Thank you very much. The next item on our program event is that of messages, goodwill messages from industry stakeholders.
I want to humbly, on behalf of Sigma, apologize for the inability to be with you physically. It's because of the uncertainties and the vagaries of the third mainland. We happen to be on the mainland side, in Central Business District of Ikeja. And major effort we made this morning to get there met with what we can say the local balance and roadmap. So probably by now I'll still be trying to reach you, so I choose to do the thing in enlightening interest for both of us to come back. So I want to say that it has been a long journey of over 27 years of struggling for recognition in my own country. But we have come a long way today, and we have matured like wine. where things are taken away to South Africa, Bangalore in India, Malaysia, China, of all places, the such heights that it is a thing of joy to be with you today to speak of the kind of innovations we are bringing along with our partners and sister companies like yours. We partner to deliver to Nigeria. Nigeria comes first, particularly for our children, because if we don't get education right, if we don't do the right we need to do in education, we will continue to struggle at the upper levels of society, both in governance and the service delivery. And that is also, in order to do what we want to do, there is a need to improve, particularly power. When we bring in these innovative and disruptive solutions, there has to be access. And I thank my sister and the fellow alumnus of Ife, Funke Okweke, with the revolutionary idea she is putting into connectivity. Funke, I will say this, wherever you are, take a bow. We will work with you and with others, like my organization where I grow from, this NCS, CPN, and Nigeria. So I want to thank you, TechTV, Don Pedro, for the humble recognition.
This is the first time that I am stepping out as a big masquerade, following the smaller masquerade, a big but smaller masquerade, and many of the other masquerades who have come before me, as the president of the Institute of Software Practitioners of Nigeria. It really feels odd. So if my voice is shaking, this is the reason why. I'm not too sure. I'm used to being the man at the back of the hall and just having conversations. But thank you. Let me answer that also because Dean to be really observed. I was here at 10 for the event. Unfortunately, it didn't start when we hoped that it would. So I had to step downstairs. I'm actually been downstairs to the wine bar taking a conference call that I was eating. So my apologies to everyone. Am I really the person to speak? I would speak from an institutional perspective and not from an individual perspective. I do have one or two stories to tell. Certainly not as many as one as I see in this evening. I want to start the story from the point of perspective of the media and to say thank you on behalf of the industry, especially the software industry, for the role that media has played in creating, helping to develop this industry. It's something that we tend to overlook, maybe even take for granted. I do recall in the early days when some people would call and say, can I have your opinion, and you would quench the food. I mean, those days it was not like us. So it was very expensive. When somebody calls you, you're not like us, and he will try to talk to you, we didn't have many connections. I think there were about 100,000 .NET lines, and maybe 400,000 landlines across the entire country. And when you want to have a conversation, you be careful around who. The first application we developed in my organization, the required application, was an online banking. What we call it PC banking software. In fact, we were so caught up with our mission and our vision that we actually named it Online 2000, thinking that the year 2000 will never come. And so you can imagine you having a software and you're telling you that it's called Online 2000. And then the year 2000 came, and of course, the name was redundant, slightly redundant, rendered redundant by the year 2000. But one of the more interesting things about that particular application was that to build it was a PC banking system. We set ourselves the goal of providing people in their homes and in their offices access via the PC to the full suite of banking solutions that were available if you went into a bank branch. From checking your bank balance, opening for payments and all sorts of things. And we started to build our distribution and really got through. At the time, banking was on the mainframes, or BDs as they were called at the time. And then we had, in the early 1980s, we started to see PCs coming in. Only a few people like Larry had access to PCs because I don't know what the connection was, but they had access to PCs when they went to asking what's at this thing, you know. The rest of us were like Chris Uwaje had already started building our own PCs, programmers, you know, go to there and buy parts and then buy casing. Some people were doing casings, and then you buy your casing and you start assembling this your PC. I think around then was like 35,000 naira or something for something ridiculous. But here was the thing: we believed that it was possible for Nigeria to be world class, and to participate in this emerging economy that we now describe freely as a society. But what was it back then? Some of you here are like me, a bit gray. Don't have so much on the top. They will remember a place called Francisco. A person and a location called Francisco there off of YouTube, where we used to go to check emails, off of computers and everybody remember. There's one sound anyway that if I play it here, people will start laughing. They will know it. You know that? You know, not many. I can tell from those who are laughing. Who are not laughing, I don't know. It was amazing. So you used to pick up your phone and play for it out. You know the way that your heart is pounding. You have it. Back then, the heart used to pound. When you pick up your phone is like this, then you wait for a while and you just and your heart just expanded. Because you know now you can talk to anybody. God help you if some guy was not to take somebody. You know, hackers are not. They used to happen online was a long time ago. Sometimes you get your bill, you wonder if you that made all those calls because some guy has had somewhere and hacked you. And we used to call it give you biscuits. They give you biscuits. They toss your line. Who remember the toss? Sorry, you don't toss. But this was where this one or this one? This one. Okay. So we used to go to my partner Pius Akibo and I remember building those applications. We do all the work on these machines that we build. I mean, anybody who called himself a developer in those days never had a serious system, and there was nothing like laptop. We were using these boxes, and it was constantly open. And in many cases, like in a program, and then when you're going, I had to cover it with one apart because you know that does to enter the system. So you guys remember those days. So here we are in the evenings at around 7 o'clock. We will go and have our last meal in Damole. That one last week somewhere in Coffee Keja, Provision. And we'll go and eat and get ready. Because we knew we were entering the night shift. Then we'll enter a car and we'll drive to Kibu's house. And he would have gone to bed by 10 p.m. And then we'll start going from 10 o'clock to 7. Why did we have to travel that far? Because it was one of the few places where they had 2 telephone lines where we could actually do testing. It wasn't possible to test our software. You know, when we build, you want to test. Our system worked by way of taking your identity at the PC end, encrypting it, sending it across with a telephone signal. It will arrive at the server end. The server will decrypt on its own. The server will check the credentials. And once it has the credentials, it then goes to pull your banking information and it compresses it, encrypts it, and then pushes it across to the encryption. So you can imagine when the modem will start. you dine again. It's like, so think of doing that repeatedly until you finally make a connection. And when you connect, you say, bam, you just hear, yeah. Then you will connect. We did this repeatedly, traveling to Ikoyi for almost 6 months, developing this application. Every evening we get into our class, pack those servers. I'm not talking laptop or mobile. You pack all the servers. The server, the PC, you pack all. And then you go there, you set up inside the one study, and then you connect the telephone line and you start. As it would turn out, we built probably the first PC banking solution in Nigeria. At the time, this was back in 1994, there was only one organization, one bank in Nigeria that was operating a highly secure system, and that was Citibank. So, we knew we had a killer, and we knew we were going to do it. Young people convinced about the future, certain that we had conquered, and that we were going to end up in markets everywhere. Now forward, I'm still in the edge, and my software is no longer to be seen, but I did it very well with it. But others who need more to travel. And this is the story that perhaps is missing from our discussions around the technology ecosystem. Because today people talk about startups as though we didn't start up. Larry didn't start. He has not started yet. Have you started?
I was already grown.
Mr. Wajé didn't start. Nowadays, he didn't start. So probably he's still a teenager waiting to start. Programmers did it, and so on and so forth. This thing you call startup, we did it 1980. And we experienced it, and we laid the foundation, and I say we by extension, by just adding myself to a group of people who are really pioneers, really extraordinary. You people remember that Nigeria's software was sold to American banks. That American banks purchased software that was 100% developed in Nigeria as far back as 1980s. And that they could not afford what they got. But 40 years later, we're still trying to argue that the local software can Nigeria do it. We are the ones who don't believe in ourselves. And the reason that we're not believing in ourselves is we are paying the price. And that is why they are still talking about startup today. They should have started up, those who started earlier, if they have been carried through, we will not be talking about startup today as a resolution, which they now talk about as we started 10 years ago. With due respect to them, I always think about this from the perspective of Christian Chumu and the rest of them who played football in those days. We knew them by name. They played with, some of them were not even winning groups, but they were winning the African Cup of footballers of today, like Saka or Arsenal, and that stuff. You don't ask me. Like Bonner, I mean, people are earning some mega money today that the Christian church never dreamt of. And it's the same way that we, as the generation that actually lived through the transition of Nigeria from analog to digital in the 1980s and 1990s, we also have to see these guys as being the ones who are taking the benefit of the work that they did before, and it is good and proper. So hundreds of billions that they announced, and I haven't seen it. I hear about it and I am just completely excited at it because I also know that everything that we did as a business and what every other company like mine that started in the 1980s and 1990s did was we all built this thing on the capacity of young people. To the extent that some of the solutions that we deployed, we had to hide the children who built it. Because the daddies in the client side would get annoyed, say, who is this small, but we don't tell them that they're students. Because if you tell them they're students, they get upset. But these kids were 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year in university doing really extraordinary things, not the two pictures of all the gentlemen that you see here. And they created extraordinary things. Indeed, in 1996, we went for a bid with Elf in Port Harcourt. they were asking for paperless banking. We didn't want to have to deal with anything like paper. And we went with this our solution online 2000. When we got there were 7 banks bidding for this job. Union Bank, Merchant Banking Corporation, AfriBank, UBA, but there were different banks, GT Bank, I didn't know it. There were 7 banks, but 6 of them were French banks, so French related, and only one, very purely, only one of them was that was Citibank. Of the 6 banks that were French, 5 of them were running with our solution, which means that they themselves didn't have anything in their own countries to present. It was what we had developed. And I think this is where the secret really lies. A combination of 2 or 3 things, and I'll try to keep it shorter than I've done so far. The first is that we always have to dare to dream. Even when the system seems like it's working against you, even when it seems like the SARS is picking you up because you're running back fast, when you don't look the conventional way, you cannot give up. Everyone who has persevered and everybody who has pioneered in the industry pioneered because of their friends. They dare to dream. Think about it. 1993 was, no, 1993 was the emergence of Netscape Navigator. Netscape Navigator was what brought the commercial big internet go commercial. The first time there was a browser that anybody could actually use to interface with the internet in 1993. 10 years before, Professor Hobison had built, assembled a 3 versions of computing devices, PCs and 2 interfaces. In 1983, 10 years before, it was the same year that they launched the Apple IIc. And today, Apple is the most valuable company in the world. And where is the ASU 8600? Name it after a university. Not by 1993, when Netscape Navigator appeared, Nigerian companies have started building internet websites and things like that. They've already gone international. My company was founded in 1994, and we decided to compete with them out there. Little did we know, one of the companies that we're tracking with today is worth about $2.5 billion. I'm trying to count my millions, but I don't think I will get to that. Anything close to that. I'm trying to say that there were companies that were huge in the beginning, and they were huge because they came first. Second thing is the connection to youth. Without the young people, there is no way we're very connected. We have to maintain that intergenerational connection to allow us to tap into the experience of those who have come before, linking with the power and the energy of those who are now trying to live in their own today and the future for the generation that's coming. Once we break that link between the generations, the industry itself suffers. The third piece is the aspect of the relevance of what we do. We built that software to solve the problem that was uniquely problem in the Nigerian context of global innovation. And like many other software pioneers, they also built, even the hardware guys, they also built with a vision that what they were doing was going to solve a local problem. And solving that local problem could leverage into a global domain. Unfortunately, increasingly now we think local and think local. It's absolutely critical that we maintain that focus on understanding that as we solve problems that are here with us today, that is the leverage that we can use to solve problems elsewhere. Trying to do things by way of drafting or downloading or parachuting and dumping into your environment will take anywhere. And that is why at this point we are very, very sure about what our mission is around this local content. built by locals. And that is why we take very, very, very strong exception to what we see, where huge national systems that ought to be the basis for young people to aspire are being given out to other organizations and other companies. So, if our custom system is given out for 20 years to a Chinese company, what does a young person who's studying computer science in the University of Lagos aspire to do over the next 20 years? If we do that with census, we do that with immigration, we do that with INEC, we do it with health insurance, by the time we are giving away, in the interest of the expediency, the entire 20-year opportunity, what then are we saying to those who are coming into the industry today? All that we have for them are products. And if you look and you see what has happened, we are literally giving away the future of Nigerian software developers, particularly those who are starting out. And it's not intentional. We believe it is more about an understanding. And so our role at this point is to work with the industry to see how we can bring people around to understand the implications of some of the decisions that they take. Otherwise, we'll gather here 10 years' time, and we'll still be telling stories of 1980s and 1990s. And hopefully I will not be here telling that story. I would have joined the younger ones and I'll be ending that video somewhere in the Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that account.
I'll be calling you.
No. Larry to come and tell us his own part of the story so far.
Yes. I'm hoping that we'll be able to make it
In 2-3 minutes. Everything in 2-3 minutes.
Say Nigerian. Good afternoon, everybody. All protocols observed. I particularly want to thank Dr. Pedro for putting this together. It is a pleasure to be here. It has been a pleasure to be part of the IT industry of Nigeria. Since 3 minutes, let me try. I'll take you quickly back to probably around 1998, year 2000, when the banks in Nigeria thought that giving their staff email accounts to use to communicate with their customers was a bad idea. Because they felt the staff would use the emails to communicate with their friends and therefore their productivity would go down. So even getting a bank to take on board, to adopt the use of email system was difficult. I remember in, again, 1998-2000, when it was difficult to convince a bank or any company for that matter to engage in outsourcing IT services. The practice was you employ your own staff and your own staff would handle all the IT infrastructure, development, support, deployments, etc. And it was in 1998 that Tranta International, or the IT division of Tranta International, now Tranta IT, got the contract in Shell Petroleum Development Company, to support over 3,000 users, providing support for all their desktops, laptops, the first line help desk, second line help desk, and so on. Today, 2020, outsourcing is common, it's standard. The use of email is as common as breathing air. Software development has gone far, as Chineye pointed out. But where are we? I mean, really, where are we? I'm very happy to be part of this industry. And I didn't plan to knock the industry standing up here today. So what I'm about to say is not to knock the industry, but to basically make us think about a few things. Where are we? If we were the food industry and all the food that we ate, if we were the agricultural industry and all the food that we ate was imported, what would you say about the agricultural industry? Would you say that we're doing well? Would you say that we had food security? When if certain countries decide not to sell us food, a significant percentage of our population would starve. Where are we on the IT side? Is there one company that produces one chip that's used in any computer? Is there one company that makes the casings of laptops? Is there one company that makes IoT devices, Internet of Things? I have 3 minutes to give you a history of IT in Nigeria, which really should be about 1.5 hours. And I really wish I had 1.5 hours, because if I did, I could really, in fact, if somebody was taking notes, they could write a book about the history of IT, because I was there at the beginning, amongst the same, with all these wonderful ladies and gentlemen. There's some ladies who have been with us and gone, like the late Florence Seregi, the former president of ITAN. Incidentally, I'm the vice president of ITAN now. What has ITAN done? What has ISPON done? What has ADCOM done? A lot. A lot. But I think we're in primary school, across the great us. Not trying to rock the boat, gentlemen, but I think we're in primary school. In other words, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we will do. There's a lot, because, you see, no society can prosper or grow without elders. You see, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, do you know there were no Nigerian elders in the IT industry? There were lots of Nigerian juniors, like me. 30 years ago, I was a junior, if I want to be. Well, I was. There's no rocket science about it. But today, if you look behind me, we have enough elders to make something out of IT in Nigeria. We have the public sector, our dear President, our dear Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, our dear DG of NIXDA, the MD CEO of Galaxy Backbone. These are not juniors. We now have elders. We have the wonderful people here. I mean, of course, Chris Uwaje, Emmanuel Amos, Tayo Adeni, Larry Ayola. We have enough elders in IT today to guide the industry, to bring wisdom into play. Because you see, I have told people many a time, and I've said this, look, if you're a country and another country can turn you off like that, turn you off, then how strong a country are you? What do we control? And the sad part of it is simply this. We have the strength. We have the brains. We have the manpower. We have the skills. We have a country with lots of land. We have the ability to produce our own electricity using natural gas, for example, using the sun. We have energetic people. We have industrious people. We have English-speaking people. Most of the world speaks English, and so do we. We have every resource that we need to be a powerhouse in the world, a great country in terms of ICT, where we can command the game. We can control ICT in the world. Some people may think that controlling ICT in the world is not important. Okay, let's control ICT in Nigeria. Now, what's lacking? If we have everything, what's lacking? Now we have the elders. Now we need the money. We need the money to back the elders to do justice with the rest of the team. The team is great. And one last word. The future of ICT in Nigeria is the future of Nigeria. The future of ICT in Nigeria is the source of wealth for Nigeria. The future of ICT in Nigeria is going to be the largest contributor to the job market, if I can put it that way. So, do we take ICT seriously? I do. Everybody here does. The government does. So I think now the game starts. I think now we get on with it. I think now we're going to see tremendous progress. We've been progressing, proportionally. Now we're going to progress exponentially. I'm very excited. I love Nigeria. I love Nigerian people. And I love ICT.
Your commitment and dedication to leadership, capacity building is commendable. And at this junction, I'd like to invite someone who is also very passionate in leadership, capacity building to come present this Excellent Leadership in Digital Training Award. Lara Yola, please do us the honor.
Pleasure to present this award to Professor Engineer Ajia. Congratulations, sir.
You borrowed their time now, so why can't you borrow? Lost for what? For one thing, because earlier you already asked the question. What have we done? The answer is not in this room. The answer is not in Lagos. The answer is not in Nigeria. What the IT ecosystem has done radiates all over the world. That's why you can see them here. Because you are not strategic enough to recognize what Chidori has not said. You plant the trees and forget that they will ripe because you don't know the time of the weather before the rain falls and the sun shines. Guess what? At night, others come and pluck 70% of your ripe oranges. Take them abroad, make money. The rest 30%, 20% are left to rotten, and you find over 10%, like little kids at Christmas, over a bowl of rice, not knowing what is already in the store. Bags are there, uncooked. That is the nature of this campaign. And because we can recognize the finesse of the inner thought of human beings, so we are blinded and we can recognize them. So, what have we done? We can't see, and you will never see until you appreciate yourself. So today, I think I'm very challenged to be called upon to appreciate one of our best thinkers in the industry. When I say with all humility, one of our best thinkers, because thought process and research are not recognized in this country. And that is what makes the world. We look at technology, and when you give a bundle of paper, research papers, binder to a Nigerian to make a generator, and you put a 500 kVA, say choose one. Guess what? What will he choose? He will choose the generator, not knowing that is a concept through the process that makes the product. So he wants to bypass the 2 stages of creativity to get to the product. And you never develop. So, for those thinkers in our society, in our ecosystem, who make things happen, a lot of people just wink and think, oh, this organization or that organization. There is a firebrand back-end thinkers that make them happen. What you see is a process, or is a product. Those who craft the process, those who articulate the framework, those who ensure that this thing happens, they probably remain unsung, but we know them. So today, the Tech TV that said they cannot remain unrecognized, unable, or unsung. That is why we have changed about silently when Expo was being created in 1999, 1998, 1999, in his office at that Paris. Before that, he was champion in days of ITAN on the background. And unknown to a lot of us, he moved ITAN to colossal height, not by fighting, but by strategy. He was there when national IT policy was being formulated at the back. He was there when the industry started to become of age and took the counterpart to court and won. So needless to say that he was there, and of course he was, I would say, my general secretary. When we pioneered before the startups of this world and did a 24/7 hackathon for 3 days in Tinapa, hiring 242 bedrooms in Tinapa Resort, inviting universities from 30 universities all over Nigeria, and indeed with 8 seals for judges. I remember living as the captain of that drive. I booked 81 aero tickets to and fro to Calabar. 81. We earned that on integrity. People believed in us. They gave us that money. And we spent it. So today, I don't see those ones. What they call? They are testimonies. If you go to Burj Khalifa, the Nigerian who powers from 60 seconds of the lift to 124th floor, it's in Nigeria. You want when you talk about e-payment, e-health, they were done in Singapore in 2010. So, if you don't buy what makes a difference between Facebook and the Nigerian people, then automatically we are not developed. Development is the sustainability of the consistency of the mind. And tomorrow, I always say, in Nigeria, this 21st century is going to build and win and break an IT record. Apologies to my very good. I know where the passion lies. You've been there silently, and now your passion has overflown. And like a good teacher, because I know your dad was one, you are telling Nigeria you have not done well for it. Go back to class 1 and start all over again, but I have confidence in it. Thank you very much. I have the honor giving this Chinese, now the president of the Institute of Software Practitioners of Nigeria, and I want to assure you that we are still awaiting the awakening of perfection, even if it doesn't exist in software Nigeria. It will happen in your lifetime. Thank you very much.
Honestly, I don't know what to say. I met Ricky one day. I tell when I couldn't call him Ricky one day. It was just somebody who was like these kind of people that you hear about, like and he pulled us into the story of nation. I'm so sorry, with all these movies are good. It's like when you talk about 1994, I thought I was thinking a bit. Well, back then we went down to the story together. So it takes somebody to look far into the future, see what that future is like, how to do today, and that's what this was doing. And I don't say it because it's here, I say it because the reality is that I'm walking up with the dream, and I've been like a fight to do. We went to each other, we fought each other, we are confused, and we were going to say, we went back and we took on based on this. Organizations like the Ministry of before we find what is all came out of the organization like this. So beyond IT policy, they have literally built the institutions and the infrastructure for the future of Nigeria and China. And it's been my pleasure to serve. Usually, I've been secretary so many times, and I'm an expert at it. I continue to make it even now as the president of the organization, which I do not know that is kind of like, it's not an honor, it's not a privilege to stand here and give this award. Thank you very much. I can tell you clearly that this is the setup. Yeah, this was going to happen, and I thought I was going to come, and we got insisted that I was going to come, and I'm glad that I did. Thank you for this, but I accept it on behalf of thank you very much. Yes, I like to
Congratulations on your award. I learned you had an award on this program. So tell us how you feel about it.
My feelings are, I'm a bit it's a bit of mixed feelings, I think. A major part of it is I'm really, really happy that the award has come this way. Happy because I truly believe that the award is not mine. It belongs to the people who I've worked with, who have helped me, who have lifted things up and have done the heavy lifting. My job has really been to enjoy the process and live the process. So it's been fantastic. So thank you very much. The downside is just that I just kind of feel that we are where we are now. We shouldn't be here. We should have crossed this a long time ago. But tomorrow is going to be better, I'm sure.
Okay, I want to tell us in a jiffy how ICT has contributed to the growth of Nigeria for the past 60 years.
Well, it doesn't need much telling. You just need to pick up your let's start from your ATM card. We used to have something you call tally number, where you take a whole day to go to the bank. Now you've got an ATM card. Everything that drives that is technology. Now you look at the smartphone that you hold in your hand. Everything there is technology. These things didn't exist. In fact, the acceleration over the past 20 years has been phenomenal. And I think that the next 10 to 20 years is going to be absolutely, amazing. Breathtaking, really, because Nigeria is very quick. Our people are super smart. They are very, very entrepreneurial and always ready to take on any challenge. And the current challenge really is to transit us to a digital economy. And I think we're well on our way towards achieving that. So, very happy.
My pleasure on behalf of the organization and everybody here to present this ICT Infrastructure of the Year Award to First-Star IT. Congratulations.
Well, this is my second chance to talk. Thank you very much, Tech Titans. It's such a privilege and a pleasure to be here. I was here, I think, last year and witnessed some other amazing people receiving the award. And I wondered when I might get a chance. To my surprise, I have my chance today. A lot has been said, about Nigeria and Nigerian ICT, and what can we say? But rather than go back into the history, I'm going to talk about the future for a couple of minutes. Today we stand on the precipice of greatness. Today we are looking at the advent of the Internet of Things and the way that is going to make have a tremendous impact on the Nigerian economy. I was amazed to read recently that Shell adopted industrial Internet of Things in their operations. They added a $5 billion value to their operations. They're able to save something like 25% of their costs and improve project management costs by 8% and so on and so forth. So you see, around the world, everything is becoming difficult. Everything needs optimization. Everybody to save costs, how to improve productivity, how to minimize losses, how to protect and observe, monitor their assets. And this is what the Internet of Things will do. One of our subsidiaries, the IoT Africa Networks Limited, is very much involved in the Internet of Things in Nigeria. We're very excited. But for those who know me, they know I only get excited when what I'm going to do is going to result in jobs, more jobs, in human capital development. And that's something we really need to take to heart in Nigeria. We need to make sure that the 200 million people here are prosperous, are above the poverty line, have never-ending hope, and ICT can do that. So as I receive this award, I am energized and motivated, I'm encouraged. I I'm sure, I hope we will be able to be an inspiration to the young ones. I hope we will mentor them, coach them, and lead them to the promised land of ICT prosperity, and in so doing lead Nigeria to greater prosperity and greater success, and help it along the way to taking its rightful place in the Committee of Nations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Mr. President DBI, so this is for you. On behalf of TechTV and Tech Economy. Thank you indeed.
Okay, please, may I know you, might meet you?
I'm Larry Ayola, the Executive Chairman of Transa IT.
Okay, Transa IT is here with us. Okay, so I just want to know how, ICT has contributed to Nigeria for the past 60 years.
Well, ICT has been, I think, one of the great foundation stones of Nigeria.
Okay.
And of course, today we know that ICT contributes 12% to the GDP, and we're expecting it to do about 30% in the next 3 to 5 years. So yes, ICT is extremely important to the development of Nigeria.
Okay, so what about to the youth? Okay, let's face the youth and to the internet today.
ICT provides, I think, one of the most amazing opportunities for the youth.
Okay.
The amount of money required for them to commence business in the ICT arena is really negligible. They have the brains, they have the skills, and they have the determination. So I think the youths, ICT for the youths is a fantastic opportunity, and I will encourage all young people to get involved in ICT. It's very broad, and there's something for everybody.
Okay, thank you so much for having us.
And this award is very, very key. And you will not go because we do the presentation. The president of ISPON, this was the honor presenting this award to my very beloved brother and comrade, the ICT Media Heroes Award. Let's put our hands together for.
So when I spoke earlier, I think at the beginning, I made a statement which I think we need to modify. They are not the media heroes, it's an ICT hero period. And we need to be crystal clear about that, because often we exclude instead of include. There is no way a story of the ICT industry could have been put together and told and advanced without active involvement. But beyond that professional role has been an incredible amount of interest and eventually a digital transformation that has happened in that media space itself. And it has been profoundly led by people like Kegel, and certainly by people like I just wonder how an industry that was written off has been literally reborn. And I realized there is the energy, the enterprise, the vision of people like Barry White that has made that possible by creating literally a whole new world. More importantly is that the role that they perform is not for themselves, it's for others. If anybody lives and can be said to live and function and operate for others, it is the media. Because they tell our stories, even when we don't want them to be told. Sometimes they will say things about us that we wish they would not say. They keep our secrets. They expose our enemies when they're attacking. They create opportunities for us, and most of all, they challenge us to be better. Always, constantly, to do better. And for that, we're eternally grateful. So it gives me great pleasure on behalf of ISPON, on behalf of TechTV, to give this victory passes away. We will soon give you another. So better practice. Thank you very much.
Now, my brother Amos Emmanuel, it's my duty to present this award to you for excellence in leadership, in all what you have done in the industry and what you are here to do, because you are not tired at all, and we know that you do more. I congratulate you on behalf of TechTV and the entire ICT's industry in Nigeria. God bless you, and we'll be expecting more from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Let me say that, first and foremost, greetings from my executive council members of ITAN Lagos chapter, and of course, my national president, Engineer Adeni, Tayo Adeni, actually sends his greetings. Let me say that I wear a lot of caps, and I do this for convenience, because it can be very difficult to be in Nigeria. Be proud of that. Chinenye actually set the pace, he actually gave us that background. But Nigeria, maybe I look at the Nigerian leadership space, that they are yet to identify the potentials of Nigerians, and as such, they take advantage of citizens. The Nigerian government, its entire leadership, does not matter what party will rule today or upcoming, owes the entire citizen for the development of Nigeria. And this I say because the challenge that a typical Nigerian entrepreneur has demands so much promotion, demands so much assistance, and this I can say for a fact because from my little social CSR that I do in my little foundation, I have actually taken pain to use my software to identify manpower problems. And I've actually identified the fact that when you say graduates are jobless, they are jobless because they don't have the capacity to engage the jobs that are available. More so, this was like 10 years ago, 2007, when I was actually having my 10th anniversary of my foundation. I graduated about 176 jobless graduates, for which what I did was that I already used my software, and I had at that time in my earliest version, I mentioned Vision 2000 or thereabout. My earliest software was actually called Integra 2000 Plus, because then we were waiting for Y2K, it was yet to come. So I wasn't even sure, it was like an endless journey. So that software was called Integra 2000 Plus. Until now, I said it for Cloud Integra. It's the same thing, just removing 2000 Plus, because now at least we have a direction. But quite frankly, Nigerian local capacity has supported Nigerian capital markets and exported for decades that nobody speaks about. When the Nigerian Stock Exchange started its automation in 1993, it commenced effective in 1997. I was actually one of the pioneers that initiated that application that made the process seamless and very simple for the debt licensed daily brokers in this country. Same way, years after, when we are ready in 2014, 2015, and we adopted the fixed technology in this country, and we we're now importing, as of early 97, the only country doing what we're importing was Canada. And I had to go to what the FA software was doing in Canada, and I simplified the entire process, and that started what I call the 2000 plus way back. That means like simple to start a very difficult process.
Kudos to the organizers of Titans of Tech. I'm actually, do I say I'm a grand beneficiary of Titans of Tech? Because I've actually won this award series many years over in the course of my business life, and that's been it. And that's why it's been a foundation for most of what most young entrepreneurs have had to be through. To kind of clear the coast for them based on whatever it is their targets and their future ambitions are.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. So congratulations again, sir, for winning most of the awards. Yeah. And again, sir, so would you like to, tell us how you see the technology industry, the ICT industry in Nigeria presently, and how you think it would be beneficial in the future?
First, let's say that the tech industry, the entire tech ecosystem is meant for everybody. So, long before now, we probably think computer sciences were meant for computer scientists. But it's actually now a multidisciplinary affair. It does not matter what your background is. I run a foundation. I know what this implies. And I also, I have an ecosystem, digital ecosystem we are evolving across Africa. And what we preach is that IT should be for everybody, because if you can think, you are a programmer. It now doesn't matter how you solve your problems. So as a programmer, you are saying you are a programmer because you are solving problems using specific computer language terms. But every other human being is also solving problems. So then, and about now, given the kind of emerging tech that has actually so disrupted our present, that our future now looks almost uncertain, I think it's now a concern that almost every other person has to have the benefit of relearning, getting upskilled into the basic new kind of knowledge or education that people really desire today, because we went to school and you are taught how to be literate. But little do you know that innovation has to be added to literacy. Of course. So innovation is the outstanding. And when we say innovation, those are those new changes, those dramatic kind of outstanding performance of what people are doing today that differs from what we were doing yesterday, that is making our future a lot brighter. That is innovation.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to be called upon to present this awesome platform to Mr. Chijoke. And of course, when I say when I grow up, I want to be like people like this, who of course are cerebrally, gifted and demonstrated. So congratulations. Thank you for being a leader. Congratulations. I was very within 3 minutes, I suppose. Say thank you to Chineke. You kept mentioning 20 years. I was born 20 years ago into this industry. And on this spot, that's half of my life so far. Wow. Yes. I've stood on your shoulders. I have told people who didn't know what they were doing to keep quiet and let professionals talk. Those who know me know that the only person I probably fear is my mom. But she has no holds. She can slap me anywhere. My father is quite a gentleman. And outside of them, I don't think that there is anybody who can tell what we feel. You kept mentioning how Nigerians were doing well from Nigeria abroad, selling our software. I've managed teams in China, in India, and all over Africa because I'm bilingual. The best I have seen so far are Nigerians. I am not ashamed ashamed to say it. I started out in this industry when I didn't have a university degree. The only thing I knew was the difference between a PC monitor and a television screen. That's all I knew. But I stepped into it. I haven't looked back. And the only thing I would say, of course, we're celebrating. But sometimes in the celebration, we have to point out where we need to grow. Anybody who has an opportunity anywhere and you pick a foreigner over a Nigerian, you're a problem, you're not a solution. Anybody who picks a 60-year-old professional over a 30-year-old professional, you are a problem, not a solution. You know why? You cannot build backwards. At 60, you should have mentored people who should do that job. You shouldn't compete. I have 15-year-olds, okay, he's now 16, at my office. It's not because I'm in love with child labor. It is because I cannot possibly think like a 15-year-old. How in the world am I supposed to think what a 15-year-old will do in the future and try to plan it? Is it not better to hire the 15-year-old? Is it not better to hire the 21-year-old? If you don't know any other thing, go to Unilag, go to Yabatek, go to any higher institution near your office, get interns, pay them maybe a quarter of your standard salary. But the more of those guys you have in your system, the far more likely you are to survive. It's the pandemic, right? How many people here will skip their blue labels? But those guys don't have blue label. They don't even know what that life is. They have the energy to pour into your business. Why? You're offering them exposure that they never would have had. And guess what? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, they become completely higher risk.
Okay.
We've come a long way from when it was called posts and telecoms to where we are today, communication technology. We've contributed our quota. Thankfully, we've reached the point where not just Nigeria, but everywhere in the world, they've come to realize that we are the oxygen of the new life as we know it today.
And the believer chapter of Nigeria.
I saw some people collecting an Oscar one day, the Oscar that they give in America, and I saw them cry. And today, I know what that feels like. It has been an interesting journey. It has been a long journey. One is taught not to brag, but when Chineye bragged for me, it was good. You go through life investing heavily in people, and many a time you come back and say that there's no thanks. Today, you have thanked me. We gave up training power, and we downsized. Now we only train hundreds a year. We will go back and we'll train thousands.
First of all, I must thank the TechTV team, Tech Economy, and all their partners for making this happen, and even for recognizing us within the media, tech media space. We appreciate that. It hasn't been an easy task, but God on our side, we have been able to be here for over 25 years, doing our own bit, contributing what we could in the industry. Some of us, while growing up, got to the extent of even getting queries for creating email for people, just for them to be online. Unlike what you see today, anyone can get an email. So the industry have grown, is worthy to be commended, but we still have a lot to do in terms of local policies. We need to improve on that. It's not only having policies, but also having the political will to implement relevant policies to take Nigeria from where we are to where we should be.